So in this video I'm going to show you how you can 10x the value that you are getting out of watching music production tutorials on YouTube. So if you don't know me yet, I'm Philip from Pick Yourself, and I run this channel to help you build a meaningful life based on your passion for electronic music. And in this video I want to talk about your consumption of YouTube tutorials. Now, if you're like most producers out there, you probably spend a lot of time watching YouTube tutorials, trying to figure out what works and what doesn't for your style of music, and you probably follow loads of channels that offer some kind of advice. The problem here is that most content out there is focused towards infotainment. That's like more a mixture of information and entertainment, but it's not focused so much on actually helping you build a certain skill. The problem with the videos that are pretty skill-based is that they're kind of boring sometimes. And so here is something that I want to suggest to you, something that you can try out. Try to figure out, first of all, a topic of interest, something that you want to get better at. So let's say you want to finally understand what compression actually does, how it affects sound, what types of compressors you can use, and why you should use one over the other, and so on and so forth. So let's say compression is your topic of choice. Now I want you to research 3 different YouTube channels that offer a tutorial on this, and I want you to have tutorials that have as much contrast as possible between each other. So that means one of them could be exactly your genre and it's maybe just focused on using digital tools. Then you watch another compression tutorial by someone who is in a completely different genre. So for example, someone who talks about recording acoustic instruments and using a compressor to tame certain things while doing the recording or mixing that type of music. And then the third video could be something that is really theoretical and fundamental and talks about the principles of compression, not so much about the practical application of that. But 3 very contrasting videos, and you get bonus points if you find videos that also contradict each other. So one of these people might say you should always use a fast attack and a slow release time on your compressor, and the other video might say you use a slow attack time and a fast release time, or the other way around. So if you find conflicting advice, that gives you bonus points, because then the third step comes into play, and that is you put this into action. So right away after watching these tutorials, you decide for yourself that this was not entertainment. This was not just information, but it is actual information that you will put into practice right away while also feeling entertained while watching this. So you get right into your session and you try out the conflicting advice, you try out the different things that they've proposed you do in the videos, and you try to hone your critical listening skills and figure out what actually makes sense in your specific case. If you follow this advice, you will probably 10x the value that you get out of watching YouTube tutorials for music producers. And I would like to hear from you in the comments. What did you think of this idea? How are you approaching this? Are you consuming too much information or too much entertainment? Are you seeking out conflicting advice? How do you approach this? Let me know in the comments, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.